Hola a todas, bienvenida. Hoy es el día. I'm sorry, I would like to speak in Spanish. I don't know why. Welcome back, everybody, to day 16 of 21 Days Anti-Aging Protocol to awaken your inner lioness. I'm going to take a moment to share in the group the link for you guys to participate live. And I'm going to ask you, like I always do, to please share with me one thing that you got out of your participation here. Maybe it is getting inspired. Maybe it is getting in action. Maybe it is prioritizing yourself. What is the thing that opened up out of your participation? Maybe it brought you some awareness of things that are not working the way you want them to work. And I ask you to just share with me. And also let me know where you're tuning in from so that we can hear from you and hear where you're tuning in from. Anything that's valuable and where you're tuning in from will be a great thing for you to share. In the meantime, I'm trying to share the link in the chat. Today is day 16. The material is going to stay in the group for the next um, at least 6 days. If you need the link for me to share them with you, let me know. I'll be happy to send them to you. Don't be shy. If you need to reach out to me, just don't hesitate at all. I'll be happy to provide the links for you. Make sure you got all that you need. And for the ones that have not participated in the homework, take some time to participate in the homework because you get an opportunity to win a free session. Last but not least, the women that already won the free session, please claim it so that I can actually book it for you before we go into next week, because next week is going to be much busier. And I want to make sure that everybody that won the session is able to take advantage of their free session as well. I don't know what is going on here, but it's not letting me share. And that sometimes happens. So let me play with it just one more time. There you go. I found it. Never a dull moment with this Facebook settings. We're almost there. As you come in, make yourself comfortable. Share with us something valuable. And there it is, posted in the group. All right. So I think we have done everything we can to have everybody join us here in the group. I'm going to put my phone down and fully focus on what I want to deliver today because it might very well be the most important day of all the 21 days. So what are we talking about today? It's boundaries. So what the first thing I want to say about boundaries is that we tend to think about boundaries as something that separates us from people. It's like a barrier, a limitation, a separation from other people. And what we don't realize is that boundaries is simply giving ourselves what we need so nobody else is expected or has to. Sometimes we expect from other people, maybe your kids or significant other, you expect from people that know you, friends, bosses, whoever it is that we're expecting things. And furthermore, we're not making it very clear that that is something we expect. So that is prone for us to have misunderstandings, to be unfulfilled, to be frustrated. And so we have to start looking at these things that we want to manifest as something that we deserve. But many times that is not the truth. Many times we don't feel like we deserve those things. So we're afraid to declare that is what we're going to create, and we kind of pull back, we hesitate, we don't trust ourselves. And many times we also do this lack of boundaries thing. And so we are stretched too thin. We're focusing on too many things outside of ourselves instead of being focused on our goal, what we want to accomplish, what we want to create, manifest in our life. And so the invitation is to start creating boundaries, which means giving yourself what you need so nobody else is expected or has to, as a prioritization of your self care. If we want something and our heart is longing for it, our soul desires to experience a certain thing, it's because it's meant to happen. It's meant to be in our life. And so many times when we feel that we cannot say no to other things that are not a match, we cannot set boundaries on things that distract us, that we are not worthy of receiving whatever it is that we want to manifest, create, have be present in our life, we kind of pull back and we're not able to manifest from that place of I'm able to create whatever it is my heart desires out of deciding to do it, declaring and seeing it as a possibility, being available, being ready, being there for me. That victory is already done deal. And I'm not wondering if I can or if I may or would it happen or not happen. We have ultimately 100% trust that whatever it is that we want to manifest will be able to be manifested. And so for today, for day 16, everything we're going to talk about is how do you prioritize yourself from placing boundaries on the things that you're not longer aligned with or that maybe drain your energy or got you distracted or you're doing out of obligation or you're doing it because you feel certain people expect it from you, but truly is not your job to be there for everybody else, especially when you're not able to be there for yourself. And so we have to invert that triangle. We talked about body, mind, and soul and how it goes facing down when we're not focused on ourselves. And we many times feel guilt, shame, we feel fear, we feel like it's not appropriate for us to prioritize yourself. It's not appropriate for me to make the focus my self healing, my self care, and all the things that I want to focus on. And that is simply not true. If we're a mom, if we're a significant other, if we're somebody who makes an impact in the world, who's there to make a difference with many people in your life, even more so than any other person that doesn't have that role, it is important that we take care of ourselves. And we cannot feel bad, wrong, guilty, shameful, feeling like we don't deserve that because when we do that, we actually expand our capacity to make the impact with everybody else that we're involved with in whatever project, way, shape, or form. And so giving ourselves what we need so nobody else is expected or has to empower us, set the boundary with everybody else, and says no to the things that we no longer need to focus on and or put energy into, and we bring ourselves back to that place of prioritizing ourselves, our self-care, how we feel, what we want to accomplish, our dreams, our desires, and all the things that we want to focus on, understanding that that is all we're meant to do. You will continue to be this responsible mom, the present significant other, continue to fulfill your responsibilities and obligations, but maybe it's time that you start explaining to family members or significant others or bosses that there is a time where you are going to need to prioritize your self-care. And as long as that is in place, then you can be there for them in a much better way, much more present, less resentful, fully engaged. And we're going to be able to be empowered in a way that if we're not able to take care of ourselves, make ourselves a priority and we're spread thin and focusing on everybody else and running around like a chicken without a head, we're not going to be. And so we're going to go into 3 tips today, an affirmation and a simple homework so we can get a win on this particular topic of boundaries, receiving, feeling, worthy of it and having that relationship of self-respect with ourselves, making ourselves a priority. We matter. We need to focus on ourselves. We cannot feel shame, guilt, or any of the other lower vibration emotions that might show up when you want to prioritize on yourself. You deserve that. It is time. There's nothing wrong with it. And the people that are around you, that love you, that care about you, that want to see you win, that want to see you happy, will understand to the extent that you are able to show them the actual proof that that's the best way to go. When we're empowering ourselves, we're taking care of ourselves first foremost, and then giving our energy to other people when we're taking care, when we're settled, we're centered, we're aligned, we're satisfied, we're content, we're not needing anything else because we are giving ourselves that level of satisfaction and listening that we need to make our self-care our own priority. And so we're going to go into the 3 different tips that we have for today Tip number one is boundaries protect your health. And we've been talking a lot about hormones, and the program that I offer, the 12-week program, is focused on hormones. It's focused on any woman somewhere between 35 and 50 years old that's going through perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and dealing with all the side effects that that could bring around. Irritation, being tired, not sleeping well, lack of focus, more belly fat, sometimes it's lack of libido or low libido, and many other different little side effects that can be highly, highly distracting or quite frustrating when we're going through it. And many times we don't understand how to approach it, what to do, what needs to happen, what needs to shift. And so this particular program of 12 weeks is going to guide you through the whole process of measuring the hormones, creating the alternative for balancing the hormones, hormone replacement therapy, and 12 weeks of nutrition, accountability, community, coaching, so that you can stay in the course and empower yourself to make that difference. And 12 weeks from now, the goal that you want to accomplish, the thing that you want to create, is there before you. You can experience it, you can live it, you can witness it. And it's not longer this thing that maybe one day, perhaps someday, I'm going to accomplish. It is right here, right now, and you're just going to go through the process of creating it in reality so that you can witness this and experience it in real life. And so the first step that we talked about, boundaries protect your health, is because when the hormones get triggered, let's talk about specifically cortisol. This is a fight or flight survival kind of hormone that gets secreted when we're in fear, when we're in uncertainty, when we feel that we don't know what's going to happen, maybe are in survival mode, and that is going to start pumping, which in turn will have this side effect of not being able to lose the weight. And it's going to just kind of derail the balance of your hormones. And so being able to protect your health means that you're also keeping stress away from your life so that you don't have the response of your nervous system being reactivated, worked up, out of balance, because that is going to be the reason why you're going to have this cortisol start secreting. And so we go the opposite way by preventing, avoiding, minimizing, dissipating every single source of stress in our life to the best of our ability. We might not be able to quit our job or give up our business or, you know, kind of gift our kids to somebody else so they don't stress us out. But to the extent that we can control our emotions, our sensations, our responses to the stress and not engage with the drama, minimize it, shut it off, not focus on it, and being able to bring ourselves back to that place of self care, self trust, prioritization of ourselves, and all the things that we need to do, that stress level will start minimizing. If we focus on it and talk about it and complain and have it that it won't change, that this is the way it's going to be, guess what? It's going to prolong and keep on going that way over and over and over again. And it's not going to be changing in your life unless you see that you're able to create those boundaries that will in turn protect your health. Boundaries look like saying no when you mean no instead of saying yes, not explaining ourselves, being unapologetic about giving ourselves what we need so nobody else is expected or have to, highly independent, empowered, using that self trust and confidence and being able to just be unstoppable. Whatever it is that we want to create, we go after it. We believe in ourselves. We declare that new reality and we go after it to create it, manifest it, have it be present in our 5D life, being able to touch it, witness it, see in this new reality. So step number one says every time you say yes to something that drains you, when you really want to say no, you give away your time, energy, and peace. And I would also add to that power. You give away your power. Healthy boundaries reduce stress, support healthy hormones, and allow you to show up as the best self. Remember, no is a complete sentence. So don't feel obligated to add an explanation, to apologize, to give an excuse, whatever the case might be. We tend to do that without thinking about it. So let's start reprogramming ourselves. We don't need to apologize. We don't need to explain ourselves. We don't need to feel bad, wrong, and or have an excuse on why we cannot do things for others. We deserve to prioritize ourselves, and if we're not able to take care of ourselves, Neither can we overextend ourselves to focus on everybody else that might need or want or expect for me to be available for them. So that boundary of making your self-care a priority should be non-negotiable, and only you can make it so. So that's something to really highlight as well. Let's go into tip number two. Tip number two is learning to receive without guilt in the solar plexus, in the middle of your body, right here above your belly button and underneath your heart level. There's a place that's called the solar plexus. That's where we feel worthy. That's where we are confident in ourselves. We feel open to receive. And when that center is weak or lacking balance or misaligned, or we don't feel that way, we don't feel worthy, or our heart open to be able to receive the blessing, the gift, the adventure, whatever it is that we want to create and manifest in our life, when we don't feel worthy, then the solar plexus kind of gets stuck. It gets stagnant. It kind of freezes or blocks, misaligns. It's not able to receive the thing that you've been trying to create or manifest in your life. And so we need to allow ourselves and believe that we're worthy and state it as many times as we need to hear it to remind ourselves that we're worth it, that we deserve it, that we can open up and receive the blessing, the manifestation, the gift that we're receiving, and we don't need to feel bad. There's no reason to feel bad. There's no reason to apologize for it or feel wrong or feel not worthy. That to the extent that we start acknowledging ourselves as worthy and create ourselves as being open to receive, the more blessings, abundance, gifts are going to come your way. And so you have to open up, being aware of maybe there is not that sense of worthiness, and keep on stating I'm worth it, I'm abundant, I'm open to receive, I'm ready for the blessing, I create the reality that I wish to see, and believe in yourself. Believe in the statement. Repeat the statement over and over again. Write it down. Make a little drawing, whatever it is, to be able to see that, visualize that, and believe that it is possible. Whatever it is that you wish to create. So for number two, learning to receive without guilt, it says many women are excellent at giving but uncomfortable with receiving, whether it is help, love, rest, compliments, support, or receiving anything else, because receiving is not being selfish. It is necessary. So when your cup is full, when you fill your cup to the top, you have so much more to give to others. And when our cup is low or almost empty, we're going to give from a place that we don't have, which would leave us drained, overwhelmed, exhausted, and burned out. So we always want to give from a full cup, make sure that I'm intentional of filling my own cup before I go to try to save the world, because we're not here to save the world. We're here to take care of ourselves and be in the best version that we can, so we can fulfill our mission, our passion, our purpose, and leave behind the legacy that we're meant to leave. And we're the only ones that can leave that legacy behind. And so that's point number two. Let's go to point number three, which is your self worth sets the standard. Your self worth sets the standard. When we're not feeling worthy, when we're not open to receive, when we don't believe things are going to happen, when we feel shameful, afraid, don't trust that the blessing is coming, do not open up our heart, we're guarded, withdrawing, protecting, distancing, isolating, all the things that our conditioning would do to protect ourselves, we're not going to be able to receive. And so, to the extent that we do exactly the opposite, open up our heart, strengthening the solar plexus, feeling worthy, open up your heart to receive, understand that you deserve, that you're worthy, that the blessing is coming, that you don't have to wonder and see whether it's going to happen or not, but it's on its way. You declare it that it's on its way. And in that way, you're also manifesting that it's on its way, also being open and able to receive that which you want to create. And so believing in yourself, feeling self-worth, and setting that standard so that everything starts mirroring what you feel that you are worthy of. If I feel worthy of taking care of myself, if I feel worthy of eating right, if I feel worthy of love, appreciation, patience, support, opportunities, the love of my life, the house I want to buy, whatever it is that we want to manifest, as long as we can stand in that version of ourselves that we feel a representation of being worthy, of being open, being heart ready to receive, then we're going to be able to start manifesting, attracting, aligning with those experiences. And so it's important that we create that mindset shift, that we stop identifying with the old version of ourselves, that we step into the new version, the new costume, the new possibility, the new future, and we stop engaging with the past. The past is gone. We're not longer the version that we were 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 months ago. And so we need to up level and upgrade our mindset as well as opening up our hearts, letting go of the density, letting go of the baggage, letting go of the stories, letting go of the fear, letting go of all the lower vibrations that no longer serve, to start embodying the best, most beautiful and bright version of who you are. Why? Because you're worth it. Why? Because you deserve it. Why? Because only you can do whatever you came to do in this beautiful earth. And if you don't do it, it probably won't get accomplished. So your mission matters. It's important. It will leave a trace of a difference that you made in society, and it will leave a legacy behind that only you can actually create. And so it is important that we take care of ourselves. We provide what we need so nobody else is expected or has to. We don't leave it up to anybody else. We don't expect for people to figure it out or provide it for us. We are a cost in the matter of embodying that new version of ourselves, and we believe that we're worth it, and we state it, and we be that way. It's not just talking about it, it's being that way, embodying that version, allowing ourselves to receive, being that representation, walking into the costume, stepping into the new version of ourselves. That's so important. And so that is the identity shift that we talked about a lot yesterday for day 15. And this is what we're going to be continuing to focus until day 21. Okay, so today's affirmation is going to be: I honor my self worth by protecting my peace. I release guilt, welcome support, and choose boundaries that reflect the love and respect I deserve. I am worthy exactly as I am. Yeah, so that's a beautiful affirmation. Some of these affirmations, you can write them down and keep them for yourself. Maybe you write them in the mirror you use in the morning to brush your hair, or you put it in your wallet or in your phone. You do a screenshot somewhere where you're going to see it on the daily, and remember and state it, and look at yourself in the mirror and repeat that statement. Declare that to be true. Believe in yourself. Feel yourself open and worthy of receiving that new reality. Okay. And then we're going to go into the homework. Homework for day 16. It's very simple. I'm really trying to create wins for you. I'm trying for you to go like, okay, I got it. It's done. Moving on to the next thing. Take a moment, celebrate, and acknowledge the effort, the commitment, the discipline, the consistency, the trying, the not giving up, the being unstoppable. All those things you have to acknowledge. Keep on patting yourself in the back and acknowledging the commitment and the effort that you put forth, because you're the only one that can celebrate yourself and nobody is there to do it. And it feels good, and it creates momentum, and it gives you reassurance, and it's more likely that you're going to accomplish things when you're standing in that new, I can do it, honor my worth. I honor my worth, and I'm not expecting or waiting for anybody else to do it. I know I'm worthy, and I'm going to go after the life of my dreams, creating health, creating abundance, creating love, creating all the things that I want to experience. But mostly, I'm able to focus on fulfilling my purpose in life, and I'm not hindered by my health or anything on the outside of my life that is on the way. And so that is the purpose of our life, to fulfill our mission, our purpose. And many times we actually get distracted and forget and deviate ourselves from the path. This is an invitation to come back, to make that your most important priority. And that includes taking care of yourself, because without health, you're not going to be able to do it. The focus will go into getting healthy, into overcoming whatever condition or diagnosis that you're dealing with. So health is going to be required for you to be able to focus on your mission, your purpose, and leave your legacy behind. And let's go into homework for day 16. Today, choose one way to honor yourself by practicing a healthy boundary. Examples of that, and you can come up with your own version of it, is saying no to something that doesn't align with your priorities. Ask for help instead of doing everything yourself. Take 30 minutes just for you without guilt. Accept a compliment without minimizing it or disregarding it or acting like it wasn't given to you. And the last one, as an example that you could use or choose your own, is rest when your body asks for it. Then let's go ahead and journal on this particular question. I'm going to read it twice. Where in my life do I need stronger boundaries so I can create more peace, energy, and joy? Where in my life do I need stronger boundaries so I can create more peace, energy, and joy? And you can write it in a little essay. You can just become aware of it and notice, write a few words about it. But it is important that we make that connection with what that is. Identify it, state it, make commitment to overcome, release, let go, heal, whatever it is that is not allowing you to honor your worth. Okay? So we're going to journal about where in my life do I need stronger boundaries so I can create more peace, energy, and joy. And then you're going to use that, share that one boundary you're committed to honoring this week in the homework thread. So I'm going to put the homework thread. I'm going to allow you to just share there. If you have questions, comments, or anything you want to share with me, please feel free to message me. The last of the reminders here is every boundary you set is a declaration of self-love. Every time you honor yourself, you teach the world how to honor you too. And so that is a beautiful statement, declaration, affirmation that you can use. And remember that only we can do that for ourselves. Nobody's going to stop and acknowledge our worth and tell us how wonderful we are. Maybe if you have a dad or a mom who's still alive, that's your heart that you have them. That could be good, or a grandma that could do that for you. But most times we need to be the ones that give ourselves the reassurance and pat ourselves in the back, acknowledge, celebrate ourselves, because most times we don't have anybody on our life doing that for ourselves. So it's important that we focus on that, give ourselves what we need, acknowledge our effort, acknowledge our commitment, acknowledge our transformation, our consistency, our discipline, and that we celebrate every single bit of things that we are able to accomplish. We celebrate. Take a moment and celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. That will create like being proud of ourselves, trusting ourselves more, but it also creates momentum and synergy in being able to manifest what you want. And so that is the invitation. And I think the last thing we have for today is being able to share who is the winner for the free session today. And the winner for the free session today is Gita. Gita, you've been following the training and the replay, in communication with me, super busy dealing with all the things life is throwing at you, and you still found the time to make it to the replays. And so you won the free session for today. I'll reach out and book a time that we can meet. For the ones that have not scheduled their free session, please do so within the next few days so we can make sure you can take advantage of it. And I have time available to make my stuff available for you. And so with that, we complete training day 16. I'll be back live at tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for day 17, and we have 4 more days to go. The live for Monday will be in Zoom. It will not be in Facebook, so that I can see your faces, talk to you, participate with you, have you ask questions, share all the things, and at least we can get to know each other. The people that have been sharing in the homework threads and watching the lives and commenting on them and all the things. Sometimes it's great to get to meet the people that are commenting, that you're encouraging and reading and relating to and inspiring yourself with. And so that will be an opportunity for us all to come together on Monday, and be on Zoom together to ask questions and to share a little bit more. All right, so with that, we complete day 16. Thank you for being here. I will see you back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I appreciate each one of you. Thank you. Bye-bye.